Okay, so in this video, we're going to talk a little bit about how to use synthetic division, when to use it, and what you need to be careful of when you do use it, okay? So we're going to start with some of those preliminary information things, okay? When can you use synthetic division? Once you get turned on to synthetic division instead of long division, it's so much quicker that you want to use it all the time. However, you can really only use it when you have a divisor in the form of x plus c. Okay, that means notice that there's no power on the x, there's no coefficient on the x, and you're just adding or subtracting a constant, kind of like this one, x minus 3, or it could be x plus 2, or x plus 5. Any of those things are really good candidates for using synthetic division. All right, so that's an important thing to know. Another thing that you want to know is before you start synthetic division, your divisor and your dividend must be in standard form. In other words, the terms have got to be in order from highest degree to lowest degree, and that constant term must be at the end. And the last thing you want to really be careful about is you must use placeholders when you have a missing term. Or terms, okay? And so that means if you started with like an x squared and went to a constant and there was no linear term in there, you would need to use a 0 to hold its place. It's similar to if I wanted to express 1001, I would not write it as 1, 1. I would need to put placeholders in there to show that there's other things that are missing. The hundreds are missing, the tens are missing, but really that first one means 1,000. Same thing here, okay? So let's look at this first example. We have x cubed plus 4x squared minus 5x plus 5, and we're dividing it by x minus 3. So what I'm going to do is first I'm going to think about taking that divisor and setting it equal to 0. Whatever this solution is, x equals 3, x is equal to 3, I'm putting it in the box that I start with synthetic division. Okay, next I'm going to look at my dividend here, and I am going to make sure that I have things in the correct order, a cubic, a quadratic, a linear, a constant term. Great. And there's nothing missing. 3, 2, 1, 0. Great. Then what I'm going to do is take the coefficients off of each of these terms. So the coefficient of the first term is 1. And then I have a 4. And then I have a negative 5. And then I have a positive 5. Okay, so now what I've done is establish the setup for synthetic division. And it's very easy from here on out. What you're going to do is you're going to take this first number, whatever this happens to be, and just drop it straight down, 1. Then I'm going to take this value and multiply it by what's in the box. What do I get? 1 times 3? That goes right here, 3. And then I'm going to add these straight down. Okay, 4 plus 3 is 7. I'm going to repeat the process. 7 times 3 is 21. I'm going to add these things straight down. Negative 5 plus 21 is 16. Okay. 16 times 3, that's 48. All right, I'm going to add this to what's above it. 48 plus 5 is 53. So I get this row of constants, and what they actually represent is a polynomial. The coefficients to a new polynomial, which is the answer when I divide this out. So I'm going to come back over here. I'm going to say this is the remainder. This is the constant term. This is the linear term. And this is the quadratic term. And so now once I've got it labeled like this, it's very easy to write my answer. This is 1x squared, or x squared, plus 7x plus 16 remainder, and we're going to put the remainder in the top of a fraction, and in the bottom I'm going to put the divisor, 53 over x minus 3. Okay, good deal. Okay, so let's do another example. This time it's written a little bit differently, but it means the same thing. We're dividing by 6 plus x. We're going to start by taking that divisor, 6 plus x equals 0, so x must equal negative 6. That value goes in the little box. All right, now I want to put the coefficients of my terms here. But before I do that, I want to make sure that I put them in the correct order. Where is the highest power? Right here. That's the one that goes first. What is the coefficient here? That's 1. Okay, what comes after the x to the 4th term? I've got an x cubed term. What's the coefficient? Negative 6. All right, where is the next term? That'd be the squared term. Here it is. What's the coefficient? 1. The linear term, negative 6. The constant term, no constant, but I need to use a placeholder. Okay, so put the placeholder right there. Now for many of you, it may be helpful to take just a second and rewrite this. X to the 4th minus 6x cubed plus x squared minus 6x plus 0. And once I rewrite it in the correct form, it's really easy to come up here and put the coefficients correctly. All right, so let's do the division and interpret. Let's take this 1 down. Multiply. Add. Multiply. Oh my goodness, we're getting big numbers. Add. Multiply. Negative 6 times 73, negative 420 plus negative 18, negative 438. Add negative 444. And multiply. Holy cow. 2, 6, 6, 4, 9. Okay, so we've got our coefficients here. 2, 6, 6, 4 is our what? This is our remainder. This is our constant, linear, quadratic, cubic. So let's interpret this. We have 1x cubed. We have minus 12x squared. We have 73x minus 444 plus 2,664 over what is that divisor? 6 plus x, otherwise known as x plus 6. Either one is fine. Okay, so that would be our answer. All right, last problem. Woo! Okay, we have x to the 4th power minus 27x divided by x minus 3. So x minus 3 is equal to 0 means that x is equal to 3. So that is what goes in the box, right? Now, these two terms are in the right order, but notice there's a lot missing, right? So we need to be very careful. Let's go ahead and start here. This is x to the 4th. What's our x cubed term? 0. How about x squared term? 0. X is negative 27, and constant is going to be 0. So I have a whole lot of placeholders here, and that's okay. All right, so let's go ahead and do the division. Bring down the 1, multiply by 3. Add these two values, 3 plus 0, multiply by 3. Add these two values, multiply by 3. Okay, 81 minus 54. Yep. And multiply that by 3, 162. Is that right? 150, yeah, plus 12. Okay, so look, this looks good. Okay, again, remainder, constant, linear, quadratic, and cubic. So our final answer is x cubed plus 3x squared plus 27x plus 54 plus 162 over she wrote for today. I'll see you next time.